Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Hope you're all doing well today. I don't know how many of you watching this have been playing MX Simulator for 9 years. However, 9 years ago, we got Dreamland 1.0. It was just called Perry's Dreamland at the time, created by Mr. J. Perry himself. And now, 9.5 years later, in the big 2025, we have got Perry's Dreamland 2.0. Now, what we have here today is 4-ish tracks. So we've got the main motocross track, we've got an arena cross track, we've got a supercross track, and then we've got a enduro crossy type section over here, which leads into an enduro loop. However, he has said on the post that the enduro loop isn't fully finished. It seems like it's one of them tracks that he just kind of wanted to be done with. Apparently, it's been almost done since 2019, so probably just one of them jobs of, you know, just getting it out of your files and letting the community have it at the end of the day. But it's been a hot minute since I played some sim, so hopefully I will be able to showcase this track to somewhat the best of my ability. And we are, I don't know if he's probably not in the thumbnail, but we are going to be Mr. LeBron James again today, because that's how long it's been. I'm still running the LeBron James model. So without further ado, we'll spin some laps, and hopefully I can showcase this track off as well as I can for you. It's always so weird coming back to this game, you know, because I always take a minimum of a month at a time and then play bikes, and it's so hard just getting your head around the different ways, different muscle memories. Like, I'll try and lean forwards all the time like I do in bikes, and it just doesn't work that way. You put too much pressure on the front end and you end up knifing. One thing that I always struggle with in sim, which it looks like the motocross portion of this, let's call it facility, has, is choppy bumps on nationals. My bike always swaps like crazy, and I don't think it's a setup thing. I purely think that it ends up being a skill issue. And I have some times where I'm just like, how on earth did I used to be somewhat decent at this game? At like little sections like this downhill, you probably see me being quite tentative. Because I feel like as soon as I go full send, I'll start swapping and then I'll be all over the place. And I want to try and crash as little as possible around here, because it is always a bit of a pain in the bum when I have to sit and wait for 7-ish seconds after crashing. And most of the time I try and edit them out as and when I can. So to save myself as much editing as possible, we are not going to do that. Now, I do need to be completely honest with you. I have given myself a handful of laps to practice just so I know where I'm going, so we're not going completely blind. Otherwise, I would be picking myself up off the ground quite a lot. And it's so strange, you know, as the years go by, MX Simulator's community and stuff, it's still going, still standing strong. I think it's mostly the comp side of things now in sim. I feel like I don't see much in the way of casual community anymore, and I think most of the reason for that is just it doesn't have the ease of just randomly loading up the game and creating lobbies for your friends like NMX Bikes does, for example. And I had this, well, it's been a big topic of conversation in the bikes community, at least as of late, as to what happens when MTG releases. And I'm curious in regards to the same thing with MX Simulator. My opinion is going to be there is still going to be a community for all three of them, because in the same way that there's an MX Bikes and an MX Simulator community right now, you will just get a couple of people from each of those go into the MTG community and then kind of make that their own thing. I don't think there's ever going to be a time where these games fully die, so to speak. I mean, there will be a time eventually. You got to think about it. MX Simulator came out, how long ago was it now? So I done a video, didn't I, for like 15 years of MX Simulator, and that was probably like, it was over a year ago. Maybe it's been out like 16, maybe 17 years at this point. And someone, please feel free to correct me down in the description if you know that off the top of your head. So the game's getting quite old, and it makes you think, in another 20 years time from now, when the game's, let's say, like 36, are people still going to be playing it at that point? Or will there be an MX Simulator 2.0? Will there be, I mean, I'm guessing there'll be a whole nother game, like Motocross the game will kind of come out and have its time, and then there'll probably be another game. Who by? No idea. It's interesting to see what the future's going to hold. I wonder if I'll even be playing video games in another 20 years' time. That is an interesting one. I get quite a lot. Like, you know, I'm getting on a little bit. I'm almost hitting the big 3-0. I'm basically at midlife crisis at this point, big uncage. But it's one of the things where I don't know if I ever see myself stop playing video games entirely. You know, it's just something that I enjoy doing as a hobby. I wonder where gaming will be in general, outside of motocross sphere. I wonder how far we will come in terms of like VR and AI and all this good stuff. It's very interesting. I suppose in 20 years' time, we'll probably have like a GTA 8, GTA 9, maybe? We shall see. But we'll, yeah, no idea what the future holds. But for right now, I need to try and, first of all, keep my bike on the track, because I am not doing Mr. Eli Tomac's bike any favours by riding off the side all the time. Not intentionally, it's purely by mistake. And I think this bike's from 2023. It's a fairly old one. I mean, he's got the number 1 plate on it. And then Big Le Bonbon rocking the 2-3, looking drippy as hell when the Lakers set up. And I don't know why I've got a helmet on him this time. This is purely how he looked when I loaded up the game. So God knows what I was doing last time I played this. I remember rocking LeBron for the Hangtown video that I done, round 2 of the 2025 outdoors season. So he hasn't changed since then, I don't believe. But somebody, I cannot remember their name, so I do apologise if it was you. Somebody did ask me if I could do more MX Simulator videos. And I restrained myself from replying at first. I was like, there's no part of me that logs on to my PC on a daily basis and goes, oh, I really want to play some MX Sim today. Mostly because I know that it's difficult to do. I like just booting up games and being able to have an easy/casual time now. And I've got, how many hours do I have now? I've got almost 5,000 hours in MX Bikes, and it's the most recent motocross game that I play. So to me, I can hop on and spin laps on bikes no problem. On the flip side, there's people where MX Simulator is their main game. They can hop on and log laps on Sim no problem. They haven't even got to put much time in at all. They've got them base hours, they've got that muscle memory built up, and they can hop on and just have a casual fun time. However, when I load up and play Sim now, I really have to think about it, and even just trying to like talk at the same time as playing whilst recording these videos, I'm having to concentrate quite a lot. So I apologise if I end up misspeaking at all throughout the course of this. But it's interesting seeing how track creating has changed over the years. I mean, again, if anybody was around 9 years ago in Sim and you played the original Perry's Dreamland, you will just see how far his track building has come. And to see that he's still releasing tracks 9 years on is quite impressive. You know, I don't think there's many people in any community that create content for a game for almost a decade. That is impressive to me. So give yourself a little pat on the back, Mr. Perry, even though you are banned from the forums. I see people still willing to post on your behalf, so I respect it. I respect the hustle, and it feels, so far, like a very fun and a very flowy track. I don't know how many laps I'm going to spin. I haven't crashed anywhere near as much as I expected. I was experimenting with, now I run the shortest gearing in this game on a 450. I think if you run along the gearing, you could rail this outside, send this, and jump this whole thing to here. I can't quite get the speed up to get up and over it. I am running -2.2 gearing, so I'm sure if someone runs, even if it's a -1.1, you might be able to get all the way up and over that, but I will not be messing around and experimenting with that too much today. But what I do want to do, I'm looking up at the track map. You can't see it. It's actually perfectly hidden behind my face cam, which I'm surprised. It's a fairly big map, so I guess I've just got a big head at the same time. There's an arena cross track down here, so we'll do a few laps of the arena cross track as well, and then we'll move our attention over to the supercross track too. And I still think in MX Bikes, right now at least, with how the OEMs in the game is, I think outdoors is my favourite discipline, and then in MX Simulator, Supercross is my favourite discipline. I just find Supercross so much easier than outdoors and Sim, mostly again because of the lack of choppy braking bumps that make me swap like crazy. The one thing that I can't really do these days, which I'm going to take my time for a lot, is whoops. Now, I watch the very occasional Kellen stream, where he's streaming the Fast Boys, doing the pro stuff, and I have no idea. I see them like shift up to 5th and like bog the bike, and I think they're tapping the throttle every time they hit a whoop. However, when I do that, I still seem to swap loads or get down into them. So I haven't quite mastered that technique yet. I seem to have the best luck when I use a really low gear, like first here, and I keep the throttle wide open, so it kind of locks me at a certain speed. I feel like when I go into 5th gear, the bike runs away from me because it has the ability to go really, really fast when I've got it in fifth. But in first, like if I kept it in first here as well, I'm limited to this speed. And again, with me having that -2 gearing, it's very, very short anyway. So first will not let me go fast whatsoever. That's kind of like my main skill issue right now on this game is choppy bumps and whoops. Other than that, I mean, I can follow a rut somewhat okay. My timing on the jumps isn't terrible, although for the first lap or two after coming onto game it certainly is. It's a lot floatier than other motocross games out there. You feel like you're in a bit of an air vacuum when you're in the air on this game. You feel like you're floating and you're up in the air for ages. That's why you get sometimes your double or your triple whips on really, really big jumps on outdoors tracks specifically. That takes me a little bit of time to get used to. And then just getting the whole whipping thing down, because sometimes I can get the whip stepped out and it just won't come back, or it will come back too quickly and then I'll end up over rotating it. So there's a few moving pieces here. But every now and then I'll get a couple of corners or a section or two where I feel like I can somewhat play the game and enjoy it again. I just wanted to see if I could quad out of that corner, and that definitely feels doable. But, and it's a big but, and I cannot lie, I need to get the whoops right. I need to exit the whoops on the far right hand side. So let me take my time all the way out here. I want to follow all of the corner, try and get the bike straight. Oh, I'd see it didn't quite turn down enough. I was still facing slightly to the right, so we didn't get there. We'll do one more lap, we'll do one more attempt, and then we'll move over to the Supercross track, because I don't know how long the Supercross track is actually. We don't want the videos going on all day. I mean, some people might want that. You might not have anything to do on this fine Monday, but for me, I want to go to bed because it's currently 4:30 AM at the time of me recording this. Why I'm still awake, I really have no idea. I've been on such a good sleep schedule for the last probably like week, like going to bed decent time, waking up 8-9 AM. It's been great, and I don't know why the last 2 days it's all gone in the bin again. So there we go. I finally got that quad in, hit that section nice. Then we got the triple. So Supercross section time. Which direction are we going here? By this, okay, this looks like a triple landing. So we're going to go here, round to the left, and then we go into the whoops. These whoops already, they felt a little bit deeper. Go triple in, do double. Ooh, okay. That's a little bit of a difficult landing now. That looked like quite a steep downslope. I don't know if I meant to just jump all the way around the corner rather than doing what I did. We would experiment with a few different rhythm options, hopefully, next time round. Round to the left. What we got here? Triple as well. I'm just going to straight air Leclerc it. Bang it down into first. Round to the left here. Can I... oh, God. Turn it into a front flip. No. Do it, please. Yes, okay. Didn't get a leg... Please. Didn't get a legs off. That's all that matters. Nothing more painful than having to lay on the floor and think about what you've done. Triple into here. Oh, that can be quadded, surely. Oh, almost clipped the back end. I thought I was going to get her legs off as well. Round to the right. Another... oh, no, this is where we started. Okay, so that is a lap there. So not the longest track, by any means. And it's also worth mentioning that all of the tracks on this track, so all the tracks within this facility, are their own individual tracks to select. So you, if you want to, you can have different timing on all of them. What if we triple, or double in here, then we triple... that seems quite difficult to land while turning or to slow yourself down. So you might be better off jumping one further or one less. So the one that I downsided the last 2 laps doesn't feel like the one that I meant to do. So next lap I want to try and go triple and then triple around the corner rather than going triple double as I have been. That triple in is also very doable. I think I need to stop downshifting all the way into first gear, because then I'm just robbing myself of so much momentum. I need to keep it into second and then upshift a few times coming out the corner to try and get that full seat bounce. We're going to triple out of here, then quad. I can check up a little bit because I've got plenty of speed. Double into the turn, round to the right, hit this triple, go all the way up and over it this time please, thank you. Up down, I want to try and hit these whoops as straight as possible. So, if I triple out of here, and then try and turn a bit and triple again, oh, that's very, very techie. I'm scared of turning too much as I take off. It's very easy for your back end to slide out. And I don't really want that to happen. I feel like I'm threading a very, very fine line there. Quite a tricky section. We don't mind that. We don't mind that at all. Some of this track seems quite straightforward, it's quite easy. Right, down to second gear. Follow that around. Triple out. or barely. And then I didn't think I was going to go that far. I can definitely triple quad that. Try and give that a go next lap, see if I can hit it clean again on the way in. Don't know if I'm going to have the speed now to triple out here. Tag the back end. It's alright, we can check up one jump and then just triple into the corner like this. Use the gears to slow me down. Alright, bang it down into first gear. Follow the berm. I'm going to keep it in first gear for the whoop so I can do my very, very boofed technique. And then we're going to go triple in. Try and cut the corner a bit more aggressively. Didn't cut it as much as I would have liked, so I still jumped quite far to the left-hand side there. I'll keep making a mess of that section. I do apologise if that's frustrating to watch. I am trying my very, very best. We'll give it one more attempt. One more attempt. But so far, all three of the tracks that I've played have been pretty satisfying. Been pretty damn enjoyable. Right, I'm going to triple in. Try and quad out. Quad God. Nice. Always love how easy it is to get up and over rhythm sections on the 450s on this game. Like, seat bouncing is so powerful in Sim. I feel like you go so much further. I'm not going anywhere there though. Just completely jinxed myself. Slid out on the face of the jump, lost all of my speed. Right, around. Let's try second gear. Carry a bit more speed through here. Nice. So round to the left. Triple in. No, I'm going to have to double. And double. Or tag the back end. On. Off. Triple. Don't go over the bars. Nice. Try apexing that over the finish line. And there we go. So that is all three tracks. There isn't a little bit of an enduro loop, as I say. But I am not going to force you guys to watch me do that. I imagine it will probably take quite some time. And the video's already getting on a decent bit as it is. So, I hope you don't mind the little bit of MX Simulator content. Again, I apologise that it's been so long. And to whoever that was that commented the other day asking if I'll play some more Sim, I hope you've enjoyed this video, if nobody else has. So, thank you very much, Mr. Perry, for still creating tracks for the MX Simulator boys 9 years after this original one was released. And thank you all of you for watching. I hope you have a lovely rest of the day, whatever you're up to, and I will catch you all in the next video. Peace. Yeah, we've got to leave that awkward pause in the outro. I finally got the rhythm section right. Okay, goodbye.